What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. OG here, and I wanted to go over something extremely important for a large amount of the player base that I feel like doesn't get covered at all by content creators, mainly because these content creators can't relate, and I'll explain what I mean. I'm, as you can probably tell, not big enough to just do this for a living, play FC 24/7, do nothing but create and edit content and stay on top of my account or multiple accounts, right? I have my big account. When I had a second account, right, it rarely ever got touched. Now this is my only account, just like many of you guys. And when I'm playing this game and then doing the editing, doing the content creating, all that, it's outside of work. It's outside of my regular life. This isn't my career to the point where you guys can look at me and say, well, you have time to do X, Y, and Z. No. I have the same schedule as you guys, if not maybe even worse, because like I said, you have to add in the content creating, the editing, and all that on top of trying to keep up with everything and on top of regular life. So what I want to do is go over the ways that I stay on top of the game and create content to help people out, and I don't miss a beat, right? And you can do it too. I feel like that overwhelming feeling comes from the fact that there's just so much going on in this game. People don't know where to start. That's where a schedule comes in. And once you get used to this, I guarantee those frustrations that you have, those feelings like you just want to give up, or that FOMO that you get, if you don't know what I mean, that fear of missing out on objectives or new players or evolutions, whatever the case is, all that will be gone. So as far as my Discord goes, I have this set up in there where you have daily checklist, weekly checklist. So every day when content comes out around noon, right, which is already passed, you would check for evolutions, you check for new SBCs, and you check if there's any new promos, or maybe it's team of the week day, and you just see what's going on. However, let's jump before that. This is the part that many players miss, right? There's a lot that will jump on as soon as they can and see the new content, check all the evolutions and stuff. Check the leaks. I have said this before, but I'll say it again. Whether it's foot share, foot police, whatever it is, get on socials and get a leak or 2 or 3 leak sites and spend 5 minutes each day checking the leaks. That's all you need to do. Why is this important? Because there may be players that are coming out that will affect players that you have. Maybe players you have are going to crash. So you check the leaks and you can get rid of them and save some damage of them just totally crashing down to where you lose coins when you try to sell them. Maybe there's an SBC that's coming that you really want to do, but you were about to waste your fodder on another SBC. So that couple minutes you spent looking at these sites saved you, right? So make sure you have those leak sites. Then make sure every day at new content drop, you're seeing what's going on. Now let's fast forward to the gameplay aspect. Come into FC, and right now, one of the events going on, right, is the preseason elimination tournament or whatever. Or I called it preseason. It would probably be, there you go, early access tournament. So once this early access tournament is won, if you can win it, if not, it's not the end of the world. But I've already won mine. Okay, so the rest of the objectives are optional, if you will. Meaning this, when I go into when I go into live events and I go to early access elimination, there you go. I've won the tournament, so I qualified, as you see, for the finale tournament on the 25th. Okay, so the next time I really have to pay attention is on the 25th. And even if I miss that, it's not the end of the world. I will be playing it, but I have that noted down. If I get to it, I'll try to win it 2 or 3 times, and I'll try to at least play these last 3 games. Is it a tough tournament? Absolutely. Right? Is it possible to do this? Absolutely. But it's not something I have to focus on. Right now, I have other things to do. Shows I want to watch. I'll give you an example, because you got to not burn yourself out, right? I don't want to sit and sweat right now on Rivals, which is my next competitive objective to finish, personal objective, I should say. And so instead of doing that, right, as I'm chilling out, I'm still getting things done in the game, but just in a stress-free way. How am I doing that? Completing these objectives here in Foundations, as well as seasonal, getting these silver icons, the mini games you have to play for these guys going. Now, do you have to do all these or even any of them? No, you don't. But if you have something like watching a show, something that you can do while playing a game on Pro and just know that you have to score with, let's say, for example, a Portuguese player, a German player, a Brazilian player, and just have a League F player on the field while having 3 silvers. That's what you have to do all at once, and you're going to be nailing a lot of these objectives. Boom, 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 just done as you go. Okay? Why not do that when you're doing something else? It's no stress at all, right? You're running around scoring goals, and then once you score enough, you can literally put the controller down if you want. And it might not be watching shows, whatever it may be. Anything you can multitask on while scoring a few goals, why not do it? If you want to. If not, no big deal. You could literally get by with skipping all these. You don't need to get these silver icons. There's just a big silver tournament coming up in October, right? And so you can use these players for that if you win them. Now, speaking of that silver tournament, right? How do I know that? Well, if you go to live events, they show when these tournaments are coming, right? Event starts in 27 days. So that's how long you have to complete some or all those objectives. And if you wanted to, you could do what I did, which was I created my squad already. I know that all the best silver cards are going to skyrocket in price. They already weren't expensive. Or sorry, they already were. I wish they weren't expensive. They already were expensive. So I went ahead and bought them and even got some subs that maybe I can keep or sell and gain some coins off of, right? Now, once it comes, I'll talk more about this. I don't expect you to remember. But the good thing is, once the tournament starts, I'm going to try to finish the silver cups and any tournaments like this, any events that have requirements, I'm going to try to finish them right away, okay? Because the quicker I finish, the quicker I can sell these cards off and gain profit, right? Because you know they're going to, once full release comes, all these top players, these are silver cards, so there's not like an abundance. Every card you see here is going to skyrocket even higher than they are right now. And they all cost a pretty good amount. 1,900 there, 5,000 there, first owner there. I got some good first owners. 4,200 there, 1,200 there, keeper 13, 3,000. I mean, just right here alone, this is all going to turn to like, you see 1,500, that's going to be like 5,000, right? This Enketia for 5,000, that's going to be like maxed, whatever that is, 15,000, 10,000, whatever it is, 20,000. Who knows what they'll do with that? Even on the bench, I got some good players, right? So I got that done way ahead of time, 27 days. So I don't even got to think about that. It's nice to get that stuff off your plate, right? So now getting back into it. As I'm multitasking, getting these objectives done, whatever I finish, I put a dent in it. Not to mention their squad battles rewards. Every Sunday morning at 3 a.m. Central Standard Time, you get rewards. I just got mine, and it put a good chunk of coins back in to my club after I got a huge pack from my tournament winnings. FC25 tournaments, you win FC points for those of you who don't know. I took those coins and bought those two, or purchased those 2 big packs from the second day of release, the ones that everyone was going crazy about because they crashed the market. Well, of course, I'm happy about them because if you didn't see my squad yet, I'll show you real quick. I was able to get a pack with Klose and a bunch of good gold starter cards, and it ended up giving me about 500,000 in coins. And this is the squad I created. So I went from just the lowest starter squad with a lot of these players, still pretty darn good, by the way. This Marmouche I got in that pack. Or no, that was a different pack, an untradeable pack, and I packed them as well in the pack with Klose and got like 50K from an 84, right? The point is, one big pack got me here. If not, no big deal. I'd have these players and I'd be playing. But the big mistake people probably make when they see this squad, so I'll go ahead and explain it now, is that I just went and turned my team into Credit Card FC. Wasn't the case at all, right? I literally played my butt off to win those tournaments in the worst conditions. As you guys all know, FC25 was terrible. And if you play PlayStation tournaments, you know that it's extremely sweaty, but it's also terrible gameplay. I'm talking, I played some games at 160 ping. You can go look at the streams on those. And so I earned the coins, and that's what got me this pack. I could have just as easily worked my butt off to earn those coins and got nothing. It was one good pack out of like the 20, 30, whatever that I opened. to be able to get this chunk of coins to get a great team. That's a side note, though. So that team is going to be put to work in Rivals after I get done with tonight, just chilling, getting these objectives done, doing this content as I'm doing right now, right? And then I'll get into Rivals. And for me, I no matter what play until I hit my upgrade reward, right? Which you have to be done Thursday by 3 a.m. Central Standard Time. So essentially, I try to get done by Wednesday. Now, let's say I had an easy weekend, not much going on in Rivals, Champs, which starts next week. Let's say I get done with that early. Let's say I start playing Friday or even Thursday into Friday, and I get done like Saturday. I'll start my Rivals early, and sometimes I will get done by Sunday. Well, that's the best, because then you can keep playing Rivals to try to keep elevating, or you can get other objectives and things like that done. It really is convenient, right? But I have this schedule burnt in to my head, and I've done this since literally middle of FIFA 22, before the FC trade over, right? And the whole reason I did it is because there was so much going on. Now, if I get done early, there's even sometimes where I'll play Rush for those rewards, right? There's some objectives where you need Rush. There's an objective right now, Foundations, where you play like 5 Rush, 5 Rivals, and I can do that. Now, those silver icon objectives, you have to pay attention to the time. There's 27 days or whatever it is. There's a lot more time left to get those. So I'm not going to rush through. If whatever I get done, I put it in and I move on. However, there's also, see, I'm just playing unprofessional, very easy. There's also Foundations rewards, which I think those expire quicker. You're going to want to do those a little bit quicker, right? And once you finish that, whatever it is, for me it's the Foundations objectives, some of the silver icons I'm going after. Let's say you even finish Rivals. There's no more Champs Quals anymore, so you do your Champs on the weekend, whatever days they give you. They're going to now have events and gauntlets you add in there. But as you finish something, the point is there's always going to be more to play, and that's what makes this game the best. If you played eFootball or UFL, no matter how much you think, I would like if it was more simplified, no, trust me. You quickly run out of things to do. The only thing going on now is that many players don't know how to organize all this stuff that I'm talking about, right? Once you organize everything, get it in a schedule, right? Start multitasking like I am now with this professional, and you'll see how easy it is. And even if you mess up a couple games, oops, I didn't pay attention, I lost. Who cares? You get your 16 games and you get the coins. Now, if you're turning this into where you want to get top 100, you want to get the best rewards, then yeah, you're going to have to pay attention and focus, and it's going to be a sweat fest because you're going to have to play on Ultimate, or at the very least Legendary. But I don't know if you should even bother right now. They might have fixed it with their anti-cheating, but maybe not. I don't know. Haven't tested it, but for the longest time, since they kind of came out with this way of doing it, the PC players would cheat and just end up getting the best rewards anyway, because they would automatically beat Ultimate Team Ultimate Edition every game and get the top points. If they removed it, then yeah, I wouldn't mind doing that either, because Ultimate is tough. Even Legendary with some of these teams, it is tough. For any of my new players, I tell them, get into squad battles, start at the difficulty where you're losing, anywhere from 2 to 4 to nothing, let's say, right? And then go down a level from that, start playing. Once you win every game by 2 to 4, move up to the next difficulty until you can win every or most games by 2 to 4. And then once you get up to Legendary and you're competitive, and you can even feel like you could play Ultimate, even if you're not winning Ultimate, but you can get up to Legendary and feel competitive, you no doubt are ready to get in and have some success in Rivals. Maybe it's a lower game, right? And I already noticed a mistake. I just went in with my regular team, and so I'm getting no credit besides the 1 of 16 squad battles games. I'm going to go ahead and play it out so I get that credit, but that was dumb. I have an objectives team. I should have switched to them. So now I'm playing on professional level for no other reason than the squad battles, to get some points for that 16 games a week. But whatever. I'm also talking to you guys, so it's all good, right? But that's it. That's what I wanted to go over. Whatever schedule works for you, Put it together and follow it. Once you organize that, you're good. Just to summarize, you get your league sites, you check those. Then, and you make any changes in your team, selling players, buying players that you see are going to be eligible for evolutions before they skyrocket in price, whatever it is. Check your league sites every day, right? You don't have to spend that much on them. Just kind of skim your way through until you find something interesting. Know what's going on. Then content time for me, 12 noon. I guess it might be for everybody. They're localized, whatever. Whenever 12 noon is for you. 12 noon Central Standard for me. New content comes. I make sure I check that out as close to noon as possible, just so I can see what's going on. If there's any players I want to snipe or anything I want to do that's time sensitive before everyone, can maybe take a player off the market or whatever it is, I check that out. Then from there, from your, checking on the leaks and the new content, you go to your team organization, right? Make any changes you want to make. Make sure you're selling players at the right time, buying players at the right time. You want to sell when players are typically at their lowest. Sell when players are typically at their highest, so you can make the most coins, and buy when players are typically at their lowest. AKA, don't make your champs team, for instance, if you want to make any changes. At the same time, everybody's getting their team together for champs, right? Don't sell all your players at the same time everyone's selling their players. Otherwise, you're always going to lose coins. Find a way to reverse that, okay? And you will end up gaining coins instead of losing them when most people lose them. It's not rocket scientist. You don't have to be a rocket scientist, or you could say it's not rocket science. Either way, you just have to think it out a little bit. And now I'm giving you the blueprint, right? So make sure you do that. Then you get into your games, whatever it is, okay? Friday through Sunday, I play champs, or maybe I'm always busy Sunday, church, whatever. So Friday through Saturday's champs. Sunday's the Lord's Day. Monday through Wednesday, I finish rivals, right? Then Thursday is my gauntlet and tournaments day, whatever, right? Or maybe if Sunday is the Lord's Day, but then at night you give some of that Lord's Day to, getting the next week's squad battles done. So you're already done with it for the whole week. Whatever it is, just get a schedule organized. I laid out generally mine. The more detailed stuff's in Discord. Yes, it's going to cost you $3 a month, but for that $3 a month, everything I'm telling you about, plus tactics, plus tips, tricks, daily checklists, weekly, all that's laid out for you with all the information. However, the Cliff Notes are good enough for a lot of people, and it's better than nothing. It's better than continuing to be stressed and overwhelmed and wondering how you can get ahead. Get a schedule together. Simple as that. So, keep grinding, keep having fun. If this video was helpful or you enjoyed it, please smash that like button, and please smash the subscribe button. A lot of people will follow, show love with the like buttons, but they forget to subscribe. It will help out a lot if you can subscribe. And then furthermore, if you really want to help out, no pressure, but I do offer memberships on YouTube. Obviously, Discord is a membership, and I have merch. The best quality material. I'm talking high dollar, name brand, designer stuff, but without their logo. It just has mine for a fraction of the price. You can't beat that. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, research it. A lot of these companies that sell this stuff, Prada, Gucci, all that, right? That's how they make money. They sell it to everybody else for cheap, but it's that top material. I have it with the sickest OG logo you could think of. If you want to, check that out. All the links are in my YouTube bio, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.